fine. But I just got a haircut today.
That's 2100, kiddos. It's time to do the deep dive. I got Mario with us, and we're going to start off with a little bit of a teaser. I'm going to keep y'all live on all platforms for about the next 10 or 15 minutes. And after about at about the 10-minute mark, I'm going to give y'all a final warning to get your asses off the freeloader bullcrap platforms and get over here so that you can get access to a free month of premium membership to join us for the rest of the deep dive by the paywall, beginning after the first, the primer bit. I see Be Controversial's got First Blood with us this evening. That's excellent. And Mario. So this is a show that I've been wanting to do for a while, actually. And I've done other shows that go deeper into, in particular, pieces of this conversation. But we're going to be talking about the formation of cults as entities. And I decided to go ahead with it this evening because, in particular, in the wake of the assassination of Charlie Kirk, we have been able to watch in real time the formation of the crowd, sort of, it's something akin to mass formation psychosis, that moves in a certain way. And I see Sergeant Major joins us, and I know he hates this word, zeitgeist, but the zeitgeist is a real thing. And it relates to what Kierkegaard told us about in the present age, where he spoke. So this conversation is going to include a little bit more into the leveling process and how that creates things like the crowd, the amorphous entity, the public, the press, the government as entities, as life forms in and of themselves, of a sort. And that's really what the zeitgeist is, the current philosophical, moral, ethical, cultural, and psychological disposition of the masses, of the popular opinion.
Oh, man. I do love the audience. They are just pushing us in the right direction here. Aaron Olson claims that he has had some experience with cults. He was stuck in one for a while. Did you jump off the bunk bed and run out the door at the last minute before Hale-Bopp came? Okay, before you took that ride to space. That would happen.
My brother, yeah, and you know what, Aaron, if you're willing, brother, I'll give you a Saturday night for a deep dive if you want to talk about that story, because I bet it's fascinating. And I was never in a cult. I spent a little time around some a long time ago. I used to party on the beach with a vampire cult in coastal Georgia, and I tell you this, that they knew how to party. They knew how to party.
There's an alternate timeline out there where Chris is actually a fanatical left-wing psychopath. All right, war master. Basically, Antifa berserker units. Okay, able to burn entire dumpsters in a single action. Okay,
you say that jokingly, and we used to joke about solving the problem of North Korea by I would just parachute in and start breeding. All of a sudden, the entire population would just be replaced with these mutants that were twice the size of the average Korean and ravenously hungry. We would devour the population and all of the vegetation, and it would be a total wasteland.
I remember there was a little more detail to it. You were like you were like Michonne from The Walking Dead. You'd be wearing a yoke and there's chains from it, and there are dozens of pregnant North Korean women, like basically in shackles following you. Those.
Yeah. Oh, we even had some of those conversations in Korean, which was especially piquant.
Okay.
But realistically, the alternate world where this guy has experiences similar to the experiences that I've had in my life and accumulated the particular knowledge and set of skills that I have. That's one of the reasons I dislike discussing events like the assassination, because while the left is all down on gun control, I'm sitting here looking at the world and just thinking to myself, y'all, if we do nothing to curb political assassinations and they merely continue on being the targeted assassinations of high-profile individuals with single shots, with even several shots, but your casualty is the high target, the high-value individual. That is vastly preferable to the option that remains when that option is taken entirely off the table, because mass casualty events are far easier to orchestrate.
Yeah, all you have to do is incite the mob. Okay, once it reaches a crescendo, okay, it simply becomes a self-perpetuating machine that cannot be stopped. All right, it must burn out its bloody path. Think like Hutu and Tutsi. Okay,
yep,
that's a potential future for the United States.
Yeah, and guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I like that we have these incidents, mass shooters at public accommodations or at public schools. Charlie Kirk being assassinated at a public event, but and this is one of the reasons I hate discussing these things, is because I'm terrified about putting it out there. But we've seen the left employ the love trucks, right? Let me tell you something. If you're not interested in coming out the other side of the incident, charging a hard secure position in a vehicle, with a vehicle-borne IED, is far simpler than trying to move in quietly and exfil undetected.
Yeah,
it is dramatically less complex.
Yeah. If one side of the political spectrum gets pushed to actual like suicide vest, okay, or VBIED operations, then yeah, that's when it's that will be the start of the Civil War. When right-wing people basically have nothing left to lose, and they're willing to sacrifice themselves for mass casualty events, that's when the Civil War has begun. Okay, the left wants to trigger it, but they won't. Okay, it will be us, and it will be ugly. And anyway, so Anarchy Television says political, corporate, and religious dogma is what is killing life on this planet. I think that's a bit simplistic, Anarchy, and I can tell that you're under 25 just by that statement alone.
He is not.
He's not.
No, Anarchy's a solid dude. He's a little off base on this one, but he's a solid dude.
Yep.
But go ahead. It is more complex than that.
Yep. So before we get into any of these heady topics, let me fill the space with some senseless pablum here. Now, I got a haircut today, right? You might not be able to tell, but it's basically the undercarriage. Okay, I've been shorn a bit around the neck. Now, should I continue to do this broadcast in medieval warrior mode as I am right now, or should I put on my ponytail? 1 for ponies, 2 for medieval warrior. All right, go ahead.
Go anyway. Top knot.
Top knot? Can't do top knot. Can't. It's not a top knot. It's a samurai haircut. Shut up. Shut up, you loser. What's that dang?
Sergeant Major just says you were cheating.
Yeah. Sorry.
In the words of one of the great political philosophers of our time, a brilliant young man named Meatloaf. I want my money back.
All right. What did I say? Did I say 1 was for ponytail and 2 was for medieval warrior? Is that what I said?
Yes.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna listen to you, because I'm like the I'm like a Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite, right? Where it's like I couldn't when I was sitting there and I couldn't stop sweating, and I was so hot I had to go home, and then I realized it was my hair, so I had to cut it off. Like I have to get the hair. You have to understand. I have like it's like goose down. Okay, my hair is not Italian at all. I have goose down hair designed for like northern climates. I'll be right back. Hey, welcome to the show, Cade.
Cade joins us this evening, and hopefully, hey, Cade, you're about to make a decision for me. Do you already have? Are you already paid up to watch Behind the Paywall tonight? And if you're not, then I'll give away a couple of freebies. Otherwise, this evening, and Mario is going to address this. Mario is going to address this phenomenon in just a minute. The title and description on this one is very clear that we're going to be getting into some kind of heady philosophical stuff. I mentioned Charlie Kirk and some of the current. Okay, so Cade needs a freebie. I'm gonna throw one out there and hopefully he gets it. I am going to mention some stuff related to the current topics around the Kirk assassination and kind of what those mean for the developments and the topic generally. But like I said, this is one of our more philosophical deep dives, and I think you're going to see that we won't do quite as big viewership numbers on this show for that reason. It's the outrage stuff that really pumps the numbers. Mario, I was just talking about how some of the outrage videos pump the numbers a lot more than what are frankly are much better shows, like the deconstruction on feminism, the historical review on Edward Bernays, and some of those that really I think are much better productions, much higher value, and I would love to see those get more, and this episode, to get more eyeballs on it. And you guys can help us out with that, in fact, by sharing the show. The freebie went out. I don't see...
It will surface in a moment.
I don't see who it went to yet.
I thought what I missed was Mario is anti-democracy from Be Controversial. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be, but in a multicultural, multiracial society, democracy doesn't work. Okay, so I'm all for democracy in a homogenous society. I think that's probably the best way to amicably govern. But in a society with as many divisions as ours, how do you think empires happen? Like, how do you think Rome went from a republic to an empire? That's exactly why, because the society got too diverse. Okay, and there was no way to govern it with the principles of a select group of people, basically the people from the region of Latium. All right, it did not apply to the groups of people on the periphery of the empire. Okay, so anyway, I thought what I missed when I stepped away was Cade going through the leveling process that recently occurred on his rectum, but I guess I didn't miss that. Okay.
Yeah, they put a camera up his ass, and the selfish son of a bitch didn't even live stream it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, a live colonoscopy, that would get 1,000 views easy. That would actually be a live stream of a camera basically traveling all the way up Cade's rectum into his large intestine, like Lemmy-Wink style. That would be the highest rated show of the Brush Fire Mind. I'm not proud to admit that, but it would be.
I can see, and every third live comment would be, okay, when are we going to see teeth?
All right, guys. They found sediment from MAGA Kool-Aid, they said. That's layered. That's layered, Cam. Okay?
That's excellent.
It's layered. All right.
I don't know what third term they're talking. Third term. All right, guys, it's that time. We're gonna go ahead and get rid of the freeloaders, and I did start working on a new stinger to run here. It's not finished yet. I'm not. It's not polished enough, and it's not polished enough to render yet. So we're gonna go back to the Pied Beauty one. Not for the last time, but hopefully for the last time for a while tonight, because I don't want to reuse the same thing too much. But here we go. So you guys on X, on YouTube, on Facebook, I hope you enjoyed the free view, but we're about to get into the premium content here. So y'all be safe, and we'll see y'all on Monday. And for those of you who are actually interested in supporting free speech, supporting the work we do on this show, and seeing America continue to grow and thrive, here we go. The Brushfire Mind presents Pied Beauty by Gerard Manley Hopkins. Glory be to God for dappled things, for skies of coupled color as a brinded cow, for rolls moles all in stipple upon trout that swim, fresh fire-cold chestnut falls, finches' wings, landscape plotted and pieced, fold, fallow, and plow, and all trades, their gear and tackle and trim. All things counter, original, spare, strange, whatever is fickle, freckled, who knows how. With swift, slow, sweet, sour, a dazzle dim, he fathers forth whose beauty is past change. Praise him. Thanks for watching.